welcome to a special episode of Two Guys Talking Toys. Dana and I were talking about what we wanted to do for this week's topic, and I was like, well, why don't we just go to New York Comic Con instead? So that's what we did. We went to New York Comic Con, and we had an awesome time. There were, coverage of this has been all over the internet, so you've probably already seen all kinds of fun stuff from your favorite sites, from like Preternia and ToyArk and everyone else online. So instead of giving you like a news rundown, we'll just talk about what our experience was. Dana is not on the podcast with me. He's tuckered out, and I don't blame him. I'm tuckered out too. So you're going to get a clip show and a kind of reaction to what we saw and what we experienced. Please excuse my work in progress kind of setup back here. I decided to turn off my normal background just in case I wanted to show off a couple of things. I'm going to try to add in some pictures so that's not just me staring at the screen yakking at you about New York Comic Con. You can actually see what I'm talking about. I apologize to anyone that's listening to this on Spotify because you don't get to see pictures, but I'll try to describe what I'm talking about as best as possible. So, New York Comic Con, as you've seen it, you've seen the coverage. They have it all. There's cosplay and there's really cool vendors. There are wrestlers. Yes, wrestlers. And Dana and I got to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which was really cool. We got to see Sergeant Slaughter, the Sergeant Slaughter. We got to see Jake the Snake, the one, the only Jake the Snake, who is still super duper awesome. No Damien, but Jake still looks, he's hanging in there. He's hanging in there, Jake. So that was really cool to get to see him. And the man, the myth, Enzo Amore. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. Who else can go from a cruiserweight champion in a time that no one cared about the cruiserweights and talk his way into main eventing Monday Night Raw? Everyone saw it happen. It was amazing. Good on him. Can't teach that. Also, lots of really cool cosplay. It's that kind of convention, which is kind of neat. Like it's fun to see people show up and put on whatever outfit they've put together. I'm blown away by it because I can't imagine doing anything other than throwing on an eye patch and being retired Nick Fury, which I might do one year. It's just a trench coat and an eye patch for me. So just a quick rundown. One of the booths that I was actually surprised to see was Walmart. Walmart had a booth, which was weird, but they had one. So Walmart had a booth showing off a lot of stuff that was in Collector Con, which was kind of cool. And of course, I honed in directly on the Masters Universe versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was really cool because their offerings for this particular Collector Con, which had my blood pressure up immediately. Turns out I didn't have to be upset. So I guess Walmart figured out the proper way to do pre-orders. Now, fingers crossed that they don't cancel said pre-orders. That would be great if people could actually get what they pre-ordered and not have it cancel. But they had the Snake Shredder, which was really cool. He was great. He looks amazing in person. I can't wait to get the two that I ordered sometime in April, presuming they don't cancel it. But what kind of surprised me was the King Hiss Foot Soldier, which was a really good idea. A little bit confusing idea, but I kind of like it. That thing is huge. He's massive. Like if you look at the Moss Man box, most of the King Hiss torso takes up this box. You've probably seen it in the pictures, but I was not prepared for the massiveness of King Hiss, which is great. Like again, another one I can't wait to get my hands on. Hopefully you'll get yours, and hopefully I'll get mine. I don't want this line to end. I know Ninja Turtles. I know He-Man versus Thundercats is on the way, and I am excited for it. I'm a little confused by it because what are they going to do? What's the crossover with that? Are they fusing? Because that would actually be kind of interesting if you had like Lion-O fused with He-Man or Prince Adam, since you've got like the kind of like young person turning into an older muscular person of justice. But I'm kind of curious about what they do. Are they just going to be Thundercats with Eternian armor? Because they already kind of are. Sorry, is going to be He-Man wearing Thundercats clothing. I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do. I want fusions though. I want more Ninja Turtles, and I want fusions. And I want it to keep going. So speaking of Ninja Turtles, I finally got to see the Mezco Ninja Turtles offering. We got to see their booth, and they had a lot of really cool stuff. But I honed in on the Ninja Turtles stuff. I know that they had the original release, but then they're also going to be a more, I guess, like cartoon style release where the heads are a little bit different. They're a little bit more animated. They're brighter colors. They're color coded, and they look really good. But for whatever reason, it never dawned on me exactly what the size of Mezco figures were. So looking at that Ninja Turtle set, like they are super duper cool, but I did not order that set, and now I'm kind of glad that I didn't. They look great, but I was a little bit taken aback by the size. Dana was not. Dana understood the scaling. I need you to tell me in inches. I can't for whatever reason. I lose complete 112 and 1/8 and whatnot is lost on me. It probably wouldn't take all that much to memorize it, but I don't. Just tell me 4-inch, 5-inch, 6 and 7-inch. Just give me that. But keeping on the Ninja Turtles train, we also went to the NECA booth, which was also a lot of fun. They had, again, you've seen this online, but I was really drawn into the Archie Ninja Turtles. I'm so glad that NECA has done so much of the Archie Ninja Turtles toy line. I'm still blown away that we now have like a completely accurate to the comic book Slash. I never thought that we would ever see that, and he's perfect in every way, and I love him. But it's really cool to see that they've gone beyond that, and they've done the intergalactic wrestling turtles. They had a really cool setup with a ring with, I believe his name was Crying Hound, the four-armed creature. He was fighting them. They had an updated version of Ace Duck, the intergalactic wrestling version of Ace Duck. So that was really cool. I don't plan to get either one of them. I've seen Crying Hound in Target, but not for me. The wrestling version of Leatherhead is out. Him I did get because he does look really awesome, and it's Leatherhead. So how could I not get him? So that was really cool. I wonder if they plan on releasing the actual wrestling ring, because that would be kind of cool. Or they keep joking about it, but I wonder if there is a cuddly cowlick in the works. I don't know how you would do it. I'm not sure how you would put it together or try to make it even remotely affordable. If they're charging $200-$300 for a diorama, I don't know how much you would charge for like a cuddly the cowlick sized like anything. If it was accurate to it, it'd almost be like another turtle band. I don't know. Hopefully they do that. There was a blue belly bomb on display, which took me by surprise because I don't remember a blue version of Belly Bomb. Maybe he was a background character in one of the comics, but like I remember the original pink Belly Bomb because he hung out with Slash, but I don't remember a blue one. Maybe I'll get him, but I'm also really interested in that blue Shredder that they showed because that's the version of him that wound up getting Krang for a head in the comics. So that's really cool. And Krang comes with Belly Bomb. As soon as I saw that they were offering the original, my immediate thought was, please tell me you can pop Krang onto a Shredder body. That would be awesome. And it looks like that's what they're doing. So I'm looking forward to that. Also really cool to see that NECA is working on the 2012 Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles series. They look awesome. I'm really impressed. They look super cool. They're not as large. They're a little bit smaller than the normal offerings that we've gotten, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And it makes me wonder if we're going to get those individually packed or if we're going to get another 4-pack of those like they've been doing with the different types of Ninja Turtles. That might be the smarter route to go because again, they are kind of little, and you toss them into a 4-pack and you charge what, $125 for them, and they probably just jam pack a ton of accessories in there. I'm on board. Jada Toys has been killing it with the Count Chocula and the Boo Berry and the Frankenberry and Chester Cheetah, and Tony the Tiger is a great addition to it. I hope that this keeps going. I hope that this trend keeps keeps rolling along. Give me all the breakfast cereal mascots, please. Give me all the mascots from like the 80s and the 70s. Do the Cookie Crook, do the Wizard from Cookie Crisp, do the Keebler Elves, do the Trix Rabbit, Cocoa Puff, like do them all. But let me tell you, when they eventually do it, because they're going to do it, and I'm positive of it, we are going to get I'm calling it now, a supercharged glow in the dark Tony the Tiger. And when they do that, I will buy him immediately. Don't do it, Jada. I'm gonna buy it. I promise. So because I'd seen so many pictures and I was super duper excited about it from like Thursday onward, we wandered around and we got to see the X-Men 97 Sentinel, and that was really cool. He's I believe it is 24 inches tall, which is awesome because I think the HasLab is 27 or 28 inches. And that's perfect because I have one HasLab Sentinel and I can now put the master mold head on that and leave that as master mold and use these X-Men 97 Sentinels as like production Sentinels. I sure hope that my bank account can handle this. They're up on Pulse. If you want to go to Pulse, you can go there now and pre-order some of these big old Sentinels. They are nicely. They look pretty nicely to scale with the 97 X-Men or just 6-inch action figures. Period. They look really awesome. I want more, but I probably can only handle about 2 of these in my display space, as you can see behind me. Or for the listeners, I don't have a whole lot of display space, but I want a couple more of these Sentinels. But this is Hasbro's kind of been rolling along on these Sentinels. There were the smaller arcade Sentinels that were released recently, and that's really cool. There were the kind of like the more retro Sentinels that I did not pick up because I was mad and I wanted them to have more articulation. And the arcade versions are exactly that, and they're exactly what I wanted. So that's kind of cool. So we've gotten the HasLab. We've now gotten this 97 Sentinel that you can go to Hasbro Pulse and pre-order from, and they're supposed to be shipping next October, I believe, October of 2025. So hopefully my bank account will be perfectly fine then. That's an October 2025 Tom problem that he will have to deal with when these come around. But I think it's really cool that we're getting all these Sentinels. And then if you have the Sentinels from the early 2000s, the ones that they made for Marvel Universe, because we had the normal colored one, and then there was that kind of a dark purple and gray color scheme version. Pretty decent Sentinel army you can build. And that's not even, speaking of building, that's not even including the Build-A-Figure from the original Toy Biz line. I don't have that, and I'm not even going to pretend that I'm going to try to find a couple on eBay because the pricing on those is crazy. But on board for more Sentinels. Give me more Sentinels. In fact, repaint those arcade Sentinels, Hasbro. Crank those out because those are fantastic and I love them and we need more. Just want to circle back real quick to the Walmart booth where they had, and I thought I discovered this on my own. Of course I didn't. When I was poking around on the CollectorCon website, I stumbled across a listing for the Super 7 glow-in-the-dark Wingnut and Screwloose. And every time I see a glow-in-the-dark figure from Super 7 pop up, I want to find Brian Flynn and hug him because I love glow-in-the-dark figures. Super 7 has actually made so many glow-in-the-dark figures that I am behind on my collecting of them. I know that I have glow-in-the-dark Slash, I have glow-in-the-dark Scumbug, I got the glow-in-the-dark Mutagen Man, but I'm actually missing all 4 of the original glow-in-the-dark Ninja Turtles, who I still want to get because they look amazing and they glow in the dark. But I'm also missing the glow-in-the-dark Baxter Stockman and the glow-in-the-dark Foot Soldier. Man, am I slacking. I got to get on that. But I also got to get on that Wingnut and Screwloose. I think they're $75 on the Walmart CollectorCon. And I don't know how difficult they will or will not be to get if I don't pre-order them. But I do want to get these in hand. And I haven't ordered the original Wingnut and Screwloose color versions from Super 7. So I'm on board for this. Keep cranking out these glow-in-the-dark figures. Keep making them. Holy cow. I hope that we figure out. I would love to know. No one knows what's going on except for the people at Super 7. what is happening between them and Playmates. Going through some of the vendors at New York Comic Con, we saw a lot of Super 7 figures on sale. They had like the repaint of Metalhead, the Michelangelo. That's super cool, and I really want him. I was surprised to see in person he's not. I was expecting kind of chrome color to him because the original was that bright shiny chrome that has probably flaked off of every single version of him now. But I was kind of expecting that, and it's not. It's more of a matte green. And I know looking at their Silverhawks offerings now that they know how to do chrome. So I don't know if they figured this out before or after this version of Michelangelo went into production, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe down the line we get more of a chrome look to him. Still looks kind of cool, but it kind of changed my want to get him. So now instead of just picking him up and buying him now, I'm probably going to wait and see if maybe he goes on sale. But I'm dying to know what's going on with the whole Playmates Super 7 thing, because I want more figures from the Playmates line, updated and redone. There's still so many they didn't get to. We haven't gotten Chrome Dome, we haven't gotten Scale Tail, we haven't gotten Winged Don and Dark Leo. There's so many, and if they don't make all of these, I'm gonna be so sad. But we'll see what happens. I really hope that it works out. So of course you can tell from the shirt that I'm wearing that I love Godzilla and pretty much all things Godzilla related. We wandered around to the Bandai area and the SH Figure Art section. They had pretty amazing stuff. Like I love seeing a well put together display of Godzilla stuff. They had like busts of Gigan. They had larger versions of different versions of Godzilla on display. There was a man in a Godzilla suit hanging out and taking pictures, which we would love to have done, but the line to take pictures with him was ridiculous. By the time we got there, the con would have been over. But we did get to kind of wander through the gallery and see some of their offerings. There was a really cool gold version of Godzilla -1 that they were selling for $35. It was not an SH Figure Arts, but it still looked really cool. It was articulated. They had, but they did have like samples of other SH Figure Arts versions of Godzilla, and we got to see the -1 version and the Godzilla X Kong version, and we got to see Shimo, which looked great. She's huge. She's appropriately huge. So if you have the other Godzilla figures from SH Figure Arts, Shimo will fit right in, and she looks great. The coloring on her looks amazing. The articulation is really, really good. But what I'm a little curious about is how this compares to the Haya version. I've seen preliminary pictures of the Haya version, and it also looks really good. This has been fascinating to me because Haya is not messing around, and they've been making some really good, really awesome looking monsters from this line. Like same figures, just I'm not saying like same characters, just really, really high detail, really, really high end, really well articulated. And I'm curious to see if like how this pans out. I don't know if they affect each other financially. I don't know if they care that each other exists, but holy cow, they've come to play. They have come for my wallet. All right, so what did we get from New York Comic Con? Well, next time Dana is on, I'll have him show off the stuff that he got. As for what I got, so I picked up, and I've been looking for this for a while. So I managed to find, or Dana actually saw this first, and he pointed it out to me. There was a vendor that had this. This is Noxon from the Light Seekers. I want to say toy line, but I don't know if that's appropriate. It's a little bit of both. This is from the whole toys to life, interactive toys to video game play, where it was from a game called Light Seekers. They had a Kickstarter. They looked really awesome. I was not aware of it when the Kickstarter initially started, so I unfortunately was not able to jump on it and get a really cool version. I believe his name is Tyrax. Not sure. He's a really awesome looking orange kind of like amalgam of different dinosaurs, and he looks awesome. There was a black version that was a Kickstarter exclusive. that you can't find anymore, or you can find on eBay for they're thousands of dollars. So it's a little ridiculous. But I've been looking for this for quite a while. I remember when they first kind of popped up, and I wasn't familiar with light seekers. So I had seen two of them in stores in Toys R Us before they went under, and I got those. Well, I got the dinosaur. See, it looked really cool, but I did not see. I had never seen these other ones. So Noxon, I remember stumbling across him on eBay, and I just been randomly watching the auctions for him, but there's also a really cool looking rock guy who I haven't gotten yet, who was made. I believe Dana has him. And that's it. They just made these 4. But what I noticed on the back of the box are these 2 other people who look really awesome. And so I wound up looking them up, and one of them is named the plant guy is named, I believe, Sergeant Ironbark, which is awesome. That's really cool. And the girl, I believe her name is Alina, something along those lines. But I know that I want figures of these, and I kind of wish I'm sad that they weren't able to crank out toys for all of these characters, because they look really cool. But saw them in a booth for $5, and you can't beat that. So I managed to get him. Finally, the last thing, and I hope that everyone was able to take part in this and take advantage of it. So Lone Coconut, the makers of Plunderlings, who are phenomenal and awesome, they were running this promotion where if you supported their last Kickstarter for the Plunderlongs and the Plunderstrongs, you got this gold coin. And I remember maybe about a month ago, they started running a thing on their Instagram saying that they were, if you were asking if you were ready for adventure, and they had a whole like adventure map that you could take part in and try to figure out like where the treasure was. And I didn't do it, but I thought it was neat. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And they're like, if you complete it and you show off that you have a gold coin, you get a prize. And I didn't really take part. Like, it looked interesting, but I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then they said, come to Comic-Con, find, I believe the name was Bits and Buttons. I just checked. It's Bits and Buttons. But if you went and you visited the Bits and Buttons booth and showed the owner your gold coin, then you got a prize. And I did just that. I went there and showed a very nice gentleman my gold coin, and he was like, oh, you got a gold coin. Well, then you get the Cursed Idol Golden Plunderling, which is awesome. That's amazing. They were charging $60 for these. He just handed it over. This is great. And I don't have the gold one, which made it that much better. I believe the gold one was part of the original Plunderlings offering. And I'm not sure. I need to go back and check and see if maybe I believe that this was just slightly altered. I think I don't remember one coming with the long coat. So I think maybe they recolored some of the accessories and added that to him just to make him stand out, make him a little bit different, a little bit unique. But this is awesome. Holy cow. Lone Coconut continues to be super duper cool with amazing figures, because Plunderlings are just amazing anyway. And this kind of fan interaction is like next level. Like who does this? Not many people, that's who. So this was probably like the highlight of New York Comic Con for me. It was really cool following the all the progress and all of the updates and seeing all the cool stuff. And we didn't even venture into any of like the actual media stuff, like the Marvel Hall and anything like that, but because I was more interested in toy stuff. But that's all really cool. So that was my and Dana's adventure at New York Comic Con. We had a great time. It was super awesome. We just went for Sunday because they're really crowded. And even today, they were pretty crowded. The last time we went was right as COVID was kind of ending, and they were opening up again. So that was the last time we went, and it was a lot roomier, a lot more space, not quite as many people. And this time, Comic Con is back. So it is what it is. But it was a great time. It was really cool. It was nice to see like the people doing cosplay and everyone being generally decent to each other. So that was really cool. So with that, I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed another episode of Two Guys Talking Toys, even though we are down one guy. Dana will be back next week, and we'll have a new topic and all that fun stuff. If you enjoy what you heard and what you're listening to and what you're watching, please like and subscribe to the video. That would be great. You can get a hold of us on Twitter. Our handle is Two Guys Talking Toys. That is the number 2, no G after the talking. Same thing for our Gmail. Our Instagram handle is 2G Talking Toys. Take care, everybody.